Hey guys, Ashley here. Never in my life did I think that I would be starting a second channel where I would do planner type of videos and craft related things. That's what I plan on putting here. But today I really wanted to introduce you guys to my bullet journal because I have been addicted to planner videos and anything craft related videos for a while now. So even though I have a primary makeup channel, I really wanted to start including other things and I thought that I should separate it. So today I just wanted to go ahead and get into my bullet journal. So here's my bullet journal, and it is the Leuchtturm 1917, which is the standard bullet journal that you see everybody using, and it's a nice hardcover A5. As you can see, I personalized mine by putting the A on the front, and when you first flip open, you're going to see my key, which my key here I created using my Cricut, and it flips out so that you can always see my key while I'm actually using my bullet journal. I find this to be super helpful. If you do not know what the key is, this is the analog system that Ryder Caroll created to make planning easier, and I will link his video down below if you want a generic introduction to the actual bullet journal, because this is his method that he created. But I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys how I use mine. In the back of these books there's a pocket which is super useful, and I tend to keep my Kate Spade ruler back there that I use every single time that I bullet journal. The cool thing about these also is that there's an index, because when you learn about the bullet journal, the whole concept is that there's an index in your book and you can use that to keep track of where everything is located within the book. So normally a bullet journal starts with like a year at a glance. I learned from my first bullet journal that I don't really use the year at a glance, so I basically combined the two and turned it into my future log / year at a glance. So I have these little calendar views so I know where everything falls, and I can write down my future log next to the little calendar views. So this is where my bullet journal starts off. After that, you're going to see in a second here that most people like to put trackers in their bullet journals. I really this time only did my reading tracker, which I did the little bookcase with these books that you write in books you want to read in the future, and then as you read them you would color them in. Obviously I have to fill those, but I need some ideas for some good books, so if you have any suggestions, leave them down below. But I just drew this up and I thought that it's a really cute method to use the bookcase, and I just put a little reading quote on top in the frames. And so that's what I'm just showing you here. I'm just writing in a title of a book that I want to read, and it's on my list. There are many trackers that you can find on Pinterest that people like to put in their bullet journals, but I learned from my last bullet journal that I don't really use a lot of the ones that I tried to create from last time. So I just wanted to keep things that I will actually use in this 2017 bullet journal. But you will see that in my monthly overviews I do have some trackers here, which are the trackers that I realized I will actually use these ones, and I will use them month to month. That's how I want to keep tabs on everything that I'm doing. So I usually like to, for example, you see here that I'm filling in my little January chart, where these are just things that I try to do daily, and I fill in a box for the ones that I've actually completed that day, and then at the end of the month I can see an overview of what I was getting done and what I wasn't. So on my monthly page I like to have like my monthly goals, my notes, my important dates that I need to remember, my health YouTube and Instagram tracker where I keep tabs on what's going on there. I usually like to include a planner quote that you see at the top of that one page there, just something to motivate me, and also it looks cute on my page. It just serves as a little bit of decoration. So this is the format so far that I'm liking for my monthly overviews, and I am going to replicate my February one, and you're going to get to see me how I actually do that. Here I'm just showing you the last week of January. I jumped into this 2017 bullet journal a little late. This one was very popular on the Bullet Journal Junkies page. You may have seen it there if you're in that page, but a lot of people were quite the fan of my dream catcher that I put on here. I usually like to include some type of artistic form into my weeklies because I like to draw and I like to make things look pretty. So I'm just going to go ahead and start my February monthly overview. And after I do my February monthly overview, I'm going to show you guys my first week of February, which that's where you're going to see me draw the cute hot air balloon that you saw in the beginning of this video, because I use that for my first week of February. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys watch this process of how I do my February monthlies and my February weekly. I've kind of been keeping with the same format because I find that this is what's working for me. Like I said, this is my second bullet journal, so I kind of had the learning process of figuring out what actually keeps me continuing to use my planner and what doesn't. So I've basically just been keeping with what works. So I don't know if I will change this process up in the future, which is very possible. And honestly, I think that that's why I came back to the bullet journal. Like, I've tried tons of other planner methods, and that's the beautiful thing about the bullet journal. I'm a very distracted person. I get bored of things easily, so I've noticed that the bullet journal works for me because I can change up my layouts from week to week, month to month. If something isn't working for me, or if I'm bored of the way that something looks, or if I come up with a new creative idea, that's the beautiful thing about the bullet journal, is that you can change everything when and however you want. So if you're the type of person that appeals to, then this is definitely probably the planner method for you. And I think that that's definitely why I'm most attracted to the bullet journal system. I'm so glad that I found this method of planning because it's so useful for me, and especially the analog system that Ryder Caroll created. Being able to see those symbols at a glance and having a general idea of what I have to do just from looking at and recognizing the analog system from afar, that's super helpful for me, especially with my work bullet journal. I now have a second bullet journal that I leave at work, and it's designated strictly to work, and that has made me so much more productive using a bullet journal for my work related tasks, because like I said, the analog system, it seriously is amazing. So I am loving the bullet journal, and I love the flexibility of it and the creativity, the fact that I can basically do whatever I want, because I do kind of have a creative artistic mind, so I do like to have things customized and things the way that I like to do it. And I enjoy this process. When I sit down and do this is relaxing for me, and it's kind of a way for me to play with art, but in a productive way, because I'm going to be able to utilize this for something that's productive. So I'm seriously quite the fan of the bullet journal. I feel like I'm going to end up sticking to this, and I'm probably going to use it for the rest of my life. So I definitely encourage you guys, if you haven't gotten into the bullet journal or given it a try yet, definitely do so. Look into it. Look it on Pinterest, Instagram, YouTube. There's so many bullet journal videos out there, and there's just so many different ideas. It's so customizable. It doesn't matter what kind of person you are. There's a bullet journal method that works for the way that your brain takes in information, honestly. And you don't even need this Leuchtturm notebook, honestly. I know it's a bit pricey, and it's popular within the bullet journal community because it has these dotted lines on the page, which are super helpful, and also the pages are already numbered. So that's really that's kind of why this is popular, and it has the index in the front. But this is a bit of a pricier notebook. You don't have to get this one specifically. The good thing about the bullet journal is you could pick up any notebook from anywhere and just start from the beginning. But if you end up enjoying it, I definitely recommend possibly investing in this notebook, because I am so obsessed with the Leuchtturm notebooks, and they are quite the favorite of mine. Also, side note, I post pictures of my bullet journal layouts on my Instagram page, which I will link in the description box down below, and I will put my username on the screen here. If you want to follow me there, you can keep up regularly with my layouts that I post. And this is a new thing to me now. I just started recording these, and I'm going to hopefully keep doing this and post these to this YouTube channel. So if you guys like these videos, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments down below so that I can keep doing them. And also I'm hoping to include other planner related crafts and crafts in general here on this page, because I did just recently get the Cricut Explorer Air 2, so I've been playing around with a lot of that. And honestly, I just love doing artistic and craft things in general. So I feel like I'm going to utilize this as my platform to share the things that I like to do with people. So again, if that's the type of thing that you like, make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that you can catch my future videos, and give this one a thumbs up because that really helps me out. If you didn't know, I have another channel. My primary YouTube channel and Facebook is Ashley Ann XXO, and that is my beauty channel over there. I am a licensed cosmetologist, and I like to post makeup, hair, beauty related things on my other channel. I like to share pretty much all of my different creative platforms. So if that's something that you're into, I will link my other channel in the description box down below as well if you want to follow me there. And I hope that you guys enjoy this. I'm going to just stop talking here and let you enjoy the rest of the process. And I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye!